Let's now take you to Parliament, where the majority in Parliament is this morning jumping to the defense of the GRA-SML deal, insisting no wrong has been occasioned. The NDC and some civil society organizations have been demanding the termination of the contracts following the issuance of government's white paper after a KPMG audit. The majority leader, Afenyo Markins, has warned his NDC colleagues and CSOs against posturing that could destroy indigenous Ghanaian businesses. He's also been speaking about the letter for the Speaker to recall Parliament.
To get the needed revenue for social intervention. Because when government is able to create the space, the enabling environment for the private sector to thrive, government by extension will get revenue through the PAYE, other profit tax, and these monies can be used to sustain social intervention programs such as the free SHS, to build our schools, to build our roads, construct hospitals, and get government machinery running. So I would encourage our colleagues to have a second look, rethink, and support us with the 1D, 1F. So these are the three items that we are anchoring our recall on. Now, whether or not the majority caucus is invoking its rights under the law in good faith, my answer is yes, we are. As far back as the 8th of April, I, on behalf of colleagues, sent a memo to Mr. Speaker. In that memo, my humble prayer to Mr. Speaker was for him to exercise discretion under the powers given him in orders 53, 57, and 58. Unfortunately, my prayer was not successful. So we took the first major step. We are left with no option than to invoke our rights under Article 1123 of the Constitution. For the avoidance of doubt, Article 1123 of the Constitution provides, notwithstanding any other provision of this article, 15% of members of Parliament may request a meeting of Parliament, and the Speaker shall, mandatory, shall, within 7 days after the receipt of the request, summon Parliament. Now, this constitutional imperative has found space in our new rules book, the rules book of the House, that is the standing orders, Order 53. So Order 53 is also repeating, as it were, the provisions in the Constitution. And again, I shall proceed to read 53, 1 and 2 together. 53.1, quote, despite any other provision, 15% of the members of Parliament may request a meeting of Parliament, and the Speaker shall, within 7 days after the receipt of the request, summon Parliament. 2, Parliament shall convene within 7 days after the issuance of the notice of summons. So we are fortified by law to proceed with our prayer. Therefore, in terms of these, In terms of these, we have initiated the process to trigger this, and we do so, like I said, in good faith and for the good of our democracy. We understand that our colleagues have their own views. Our colleagues in the minority have their own views. We can't take those views away from them. After all, we are not the same. We are two political parties competing for power. They have their ideological views, we have ours. So I will not fault them if on this occasion they disagree with us. In any event, we work together. In politics, expect disagreement. But such disagreement should not obstruct us. So they've made their case, we understand them, but it is our view that we have our 138 as a majority and we should be able to carry government business. The Constitution talks about 15% of the total membership of Parliament, which, if my mathematics is right, is 42. But I'm going to tell you on authority that we have more than 100 of our members who have signed the said prayer, which is titled Notice of Meeting by Request, under Article 1123 and Order 53 of the Standing Orders. So, colleagues in the media, thank you so much for your kind audience. I appreciate your time, and at this point, I am able to take questions. I appreciate your time.